Jetzt muss ich einfach das Ding ausblenden. Hello, a warm welcome from the dental office. My name is Alessandro Devigus, and I'm happy to have you all here in our dental office when we are talking about Godox and their latest development in flash photography. Together with Sony, we started this journey in the early 2023. So in the springtime, we started talking about how can we improve dental photography, how can we improve flash photography. So the Godox MFR76 was already on the market, but what was missing was a TTL function. TTL means through the lens measurement, making things easier, enhancing your dental photography, not only dental photography, your macro photography in general. By the way, do you know that the ring flash was invented by a dentist in the 1950s? Well, so dentists have an impact also on macro and flash photography. It's my pleasure also to have a patient here. He's a dental technician trainee, so from my friend Nicola Lanfranconi, and he's our patient today. We have behind the camera Reto Zollinger, also a patient. Thank you very much for helping us out, taking care of the computer and all the things. And on the other side of the ocean, we have Ruby and Olga from Godox managing all the comments. So we will talk about also the giveaways and everything that will be in this live event. To dive in, we will start with a short intro about the Godox MFR76. Stay tuned and watch. My name is Alessandro Devigus. I'm a Swiss dentist with passion for digital technology, exploring the world of dental photography for many years. Light is one of the key elements for shooting consistent, high-quality images every day. Looking for alternatives, I came across the Sony Godox combination. Both offer a range of great products with high quality, easy to use, built-in long-lasting batteries. They're powerful, precise, so I can get consistent results on an everyday basis. In addition, they also offer LED lights that are great for video creation. By using these kits, dental professionals can improve their image quality. The camera is easy to set up, the flash is easy to set up. This is a great combination for consistent results every day, reduced image post-processing. You get your shot right at the first time. Overall, the Sony Godox combination helps you to improve your image quality every time, easy to use, and additionally, you also have a built-in TTL function, making shooting images even easier. The Godox MFR76 dental ring flash kit comes with controller, flashlight, cable to charge your battery, the battery charger, the set of adapter ring to mount your flash on the lens, and a transport bag. So we have selected the correct adapter ring, in this case the 62 millimeter. We mount it to the lens. We attach the flash on the hot shoe, click it in, and then slide the flash on the ring, ready to shoot. Over the years, dental photography has undergone a remarkable evolution. From a mere documentation tool, it has become a versatile tool for our daily workflow, documentation, communication, and even for social media. The need of high quality images levels up your skills and levels up your position as a dental professional in the community. So here we go with the MFR76S Plus. So the S stands for Sony. The TTL version exists also for Nikon and Canon cameras, but for the Sony, we have a plus version because we developed a special TTL for dental photography, making your photography even easier and more consistent. So the discussion is, should I go for TTL or manual flash control? And I can tell you, with the help of this new TTL function, camera and flash combination, you get consistent results, making dental photography much easier. So let's dive into some tips and tricks. Here I'm shooting with the Sony a6700 APS-C sensor size camera. Often I get questions, why are you shooting with a cropped sensor? A cropped sensor, for example, here with the 90mm macro lens, gives me a 135mm lens, giving me more working distance. More working distance results in more depth of field. So that's what we want, because in macro photography, the depth of field is very limited, and we want to take the best out of it. So a crop sensor camera is really the best way to go to start with. If your budget is a little bit higher, I recommend going for a full frame camera. We'll show you the Sony a7 Mark IV in a while. But for intraoral, also with that camera, I shoot in crop mode. So this is a very important thing. Second thing that you need to know, besides, if you want my free photo guide, I have a free photo guide where you find all the settings for all your camera brands. You can go to my Instagram account, dentist.camera. There's a link in bio, or if you add a comment and ask for free photo guide, I can share this with you, because this is a really great start with many pages with all my tips and tricks I have experienced or learned over the past 30 years of my dental photography journey. I started, by the way, in 1999 with digital SLR photography, and now 24 years later, we are here with the Godox Sony combination to level up your skills to make dental photography easier. Okay, next tip, shoot with manual focus. So for example, for the Sony lens, it's easy to, you hear the click to switch from autofocus to manual focus. And in manual focus, there's an option called focus peaking. Focus peaking means if you focus, the focal plane, or where you set the focus, is in a color. I would go for red, so you can choose between red, green, and blue, or no, yellow, blue, and red, sorry. I would go for red, being the best contrast on your tooth surface. So visually, you can control where your image is sharp, and if you see it sharp, you can push the button. Regardless, if you think it's not looking sharp on the viewfinder or on the back screen, you can be sure it is sharp. So this is the next thing, manual focus, and use focus peaking. Turning on the flash, you have now here the TTL thing, but maybe we show you, or we share the short tutorial video about how to set up the MFR76. That's just below the first intro video. Let's watch this for a second. Okay, so this was a quick overview. By the way, you find all these tutorial videos also on Dental TV. Dental TV, a platform that I created last year, also with the support of Godox and Sony, where you can find a lot of information, not only related to dental photography. Maybe we can, did you blend in the cover? Well, that's great. Thank you very much. So this was like a little bit advertisement for Dental TV. Let's go back to dental photography. And another quick tip, if you shoot, you're standing at the side of your patient. As a photographer, it's important to be stable. So you have your left arm, you hold the camera below. So this is like my tripod. The other hand is to to hold the camera and push the button. So this is for holding the camera and also moving the focus. And then tell the patient to turn his head around. So the patient has to look at me. Don't bend over the patient. Always try to get a stable position. You can also use your leg and put it on the chair, and then tell the patient to move a little bit around. And now we turn on we turn on the flash, we turn on the camera. Give me a smile, and then you're ready to shoot, and it looks great. Maybe you give me the smile picture so that we can see what we are shooting with. The second one with the diffuser, that's another thing that we will show when talking about the MF12DK1 kit. So basically, these are the most important things. Let's continue. Another tip is, what additional tools do you need? So talking about the small little helpers. I call them small little helpers. So we can put the camera here. Cheek retractors. Cheek retractors. I prefer retractors that are made of metal. So they this is surgical steel. Advantage of surgical steel is you can sterilize it. It's indestructible. And I would go for black, being not the color. Black is not a color, and it has the least impact on your flash photography. Avoid using pink or any colored retractors because they have an impact on the outcome of your images. So these are retractors that have a C shape and a V shape. And we ask the patient to open up a little bit, then slide them in, okay, voila. And now tell the patient to hold them, jetzt kannst du sie heben, and never push back, always push out and then close, zumachen, voila. Hin auf Pocket abbissen. So, and now I'm ready to take the frame. So now I'm framing, and I'm trying to not have the retractors in my picture. So this is the key to good photography. The next step is then using mirrors. We have this kit. These are stainless steel mirrors with a special coating on the surface to get a reflection that is almost like mirrors made out of glass. With this interesting tool, you can screw the mirrors on. You have a light. You have a light that makes it easier. Mal aufmachen ein bisschen, to position the mirror. And we have a ventilation. We have a ventilation that avoids foggy mirrors. And this is really cool to use this tool. This is from Jacobi Dental. So, and it's easy to change the mirrors. We have a variety. We have a variety of forms here with the mirrors in all dimensions to have lateral images, quadrant images, occlusal images, and whatever you want. So this was like a quick overview of the ring flash. Let me add one additional thing. I have to go here and grab something special that I really want to share with you. And we are talking about polarized photography. Cross-polarized photography is the additional thing beside diffusion. We will talk about diffusion when introducing or when switching over to the MF12DK1 kit. But one thing that you need in your dental office is cross-polarized photography, which means eliminating reflections. And how can we do that? So we have this really cool tool. There are several companies producing these polarizing filters. This is from a friend of mine from Greek, from Panos Batsos, called Polarize. And it's very cool because you can just, with magnets, you put it on top. Can you see it here? And we have like two filters. Cross polarization works like we have polarizing filters outside in the ring on the light, and one in front of the lens, and they are rotated 90 degrees to each other, therefore eliminating any reflections in your light. So this is how cross polarization work. You find tutorials on my Instagram, on Dental TV, on this additional thing that is really worth to invest also. At this point, I just want to remind you on our giveaway. We have talked about giveaway also when we announced this event. The giveaway will be a ring flash kit and also MF12 DK1 kits. How to participate? Add your comments, the most creative comments telling us why we should give you this giveaway wins the prize, and the giveaway will close at the end of the week. So I know that some people out there are busy working in their dental office or working anywhere or having lunch or being on the other side of the planet, so having night or early morning. So for everybody out there who's rewatching this, a warm welcome again from Switzerland and from our dental office close to the Zurich airport, going live again with the help of Reto Zollinger, my cameraman and my patient on the chair. So we will talk about new systems in a while. So basically, let's just give you the reminder, giveaway contest, the most creative comment wins. And if there are any questions related to the first part of the MFR76, I don't know, maybe the Godox team can help us. If there's anything the audience wants to know, please add a comment and we can answer your questions right away. Are there any questions, Reto, so far?
No.
No. Everything was clear. So that's great. If there are no questions, I get it to the point. So I think we can switch now. We can switch now to the second part. The second part is something that is really interesting. And we are talking about, give me a second. We're talking about this. This is the MF12 DK1. Some people were saying it's like the Devigus Kit 1, but it's DK1 stands for Dental Kit 1. So that's the first generation of dental kit developed in collaboration with Sony. That's why you see a Sony camera on the front. You see the Godox MF12 mounted on a bracket. You see the diffusers, and we will talk about all this in a while. So to start, there's a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the question. Yes, please. Was it questions?
Question is, can I use this flash kit for my Godox Nikon transmitter?
Yes, sure. So the difference, we have to be honest, we will go through this in a while. We developed a special trigger for Sony that has a dental mode. So this dental mode is exclusive for the trigger that works for Sony. But for sure, and this is not a secret, that triggers are available for Canon, Nikon, for many other brands. And if you buy the kit, you just have to switch the trigger to make it like compatible also for your camera system. But the kit, the diffusers are not sold separately. Everything comes in one kit. So maybe we start and share with you another question.
Yes, another question. Hello. I'm a young doctor who happens to like photography. Can I use this flash for anything related to my medical work?
Absolutely. I trained, by the way, 15 years ago, 2/3 of all dermatologists in Switzerland. So they are using similar technologies, similar tools, and they are also using cross-polarized photography. Cross-polarized photography is really great to document oral lesions because you remove the reflections of the mucosa and you see really the defects on the skin inside the mouth. So this, yes, this kit is not only for dentists, this is not only for doctors, It's for everybody who's passionate about macro photography. So if there's no more question, let's jump into the trailer for the MF12 DK1 system. Hi, my name is Alessandro Devigus. I'm a Swiss dentist with passion for digital technologies, exploring the world of dental photography for many years. We already have talked about the collaboration of Sony and Godox when we introduced the Godox MF-R76, a tool to level up your dental photography. We are proud to present you the new MF12 DK1 kit, the all-in-one solution for all your dental photography needs. Let's see what's inside this box. I love this package. Clean, well organized. Let's check it out. We have a dedicated flash trigger with a special dental mode. We have the charging cables. We have 2 adapters with cold shoe mounts to mount your 2 Godox MF12 flashes with built-in batteries, 2 diffusers, the adapter ring, and all the adapters you need to mount it to your lens. Inside the box, we have a dedicated space for your flash bracket. Godox sells a flash bracket separately that fits perfect. Be ready to face all challenges you might have in daily practice to control your light. Don't forget, it's all about how to control the light for best results. And we show you all the options you have with the MF12 DK1 kit. Let's start with the basic setup using the adapter ring and the 2 Godox MF12 looking like this, with the options to move the flashes around. You just slide the ring in. And here we go. You can shoot, you control the angle of your flashes for great results. For more challenging situations where you don't get all the light where you want it, or to remove unwanted reflections, there's the diffuser. Easy to mount on your flash. You just pop it up. Voila, here we go. And again, all can be mounted on your ring with the flashes and the diffuser mounted. Just slide the ring in and you're ready to shoot. The most advanced solution in the kit is offered by mounting your flashes to a flash bracket. So here we see the camera mounted on the flash bracket. The flashes can be positioned in any desired position you want to control the light, to get maximum control of the light for your dental images. Diffuser, get it ready, mounted on the flash, and just by pushing out this, sliding this in, voila, ready to shoot also with your diffuser. With the positioning and diffusion of the light, you can adapt to any situation. Getting the light where you want it, eliminate reflections for the professional look and feel of your documentation. Inside this package, you have this really nice case with everything inside you need. You saw it in the video, all the parts that you need, the diffusers, the flashes, the controller, the space for the bracket. You can put there your own bracket, or if you want, we have the Godox. Some people have asked about the Godox MFDB, the dental bracket that looks like this, mounted on the camera. So this is now the Sony Alpha 7 Mark IV. You might ask, what the heck is this lens? So this is the 70 to 200 millimeter macro lens. It's not what I recommend as standard lens. I would go for the 90 millimeter for Sony, the 105 millimeter for Nikon, or the 100 millimeter RF for Canon. But this is an interesting lens if you are a Sony shooter, because you need the 2-point teleconverter to make it a 1-to-1 magnification ratio lens. And I just recently posted a video on my Instagram about the difference, why we need 1-to-1 magnification ratio. And this being a 70-to-200 makes it, with the 2-time teleconverter, already a 140-to-400 millimeter, giving me even more. So let's check if I shoot mal aufmachen with the 200 millimeter. Let's go down. So this is then the working distance. So that's the distance I can shoot with 400 millimeter. I go 1-to-1 at this distance. For all out there who are saying, well, I'm not tall enough to shoot with a full frame or with a cropped sensor because the distance is too far, that's not really true. The second thing that we can also tell you, your dental chair can always be moved. So this is something you should also use. If the patient is tall, you just move your seat down position. Again, let the patient look at you. So this is the point. There have been a lot of questions. So I would start. This is the basic kit with the 2 Godox MF12 mounted on the ring with lateral flash. So this is with the lateral flash. We can turn on the flashes. So this is another big advantage of the Godox system compared to any other flash systems, built-in batteries. Built-in batteries. Basically, in the beginning, I was a little bit like laughing. Okay, they're copying the SB200 flash of Nikon. And Nikon at that time was struggling with the production. There were rumors that they are not producing these flashes anymore. That's not true. They are still producing these flashes. But you need batteries. For the Maike, for any other companies that are using or producing similar flashes, they have all batteries that you have to change. The problem of batteries, you cannot use rechargeable batteries because a flash needs a lot of power in a fraction of a second. When your battery level is, let's say, at 50% or 60% or 40%, the power might not be enough to flash, to illuminate the flash. So rechargeable batteries, they are exhausted very quickly. That's why you need to use normal batteries to really get a decent amount of shots. With these rechargeable things, with the MFR76, you get an amazing 600 or 650 shots with just one charge. Also with these, you get way over 100 shots, depending also on the power you use. So easy control, turning on the control unit. In the menu, we have selected the dental TTL. Again here, if we mal ein bisschen smilen. Genau. So focusing. I always do the last focus with moving a little bit back and forward. So you do like a pre-focusing, and then you do the fine-tuning just with the finish, and voila, we have a picture without diffuser. So this is like a smile without diffuser. And now we're switching over to the thing that everybody out there is talking about. Everybody out there is talking about this interesting 2 diffusers. And let me explain before we start shooting with this. Let me turn this off. We are live. We can work a little bit on screen. The story of the diffusers. So the first version was this. And together with Godox, we developed, I told them, we need something that is diffusing the light, but not making it too soft. So retaining natural structures, enhancing the image, but not overdoing it, not softening it too much, because then you get this plastic look. I don't like this plastic look. And removing unwanted reflections. Again, using diffusers is always additional. It's not the standard photography that I'm doing. I'm doing lateral flashes or ring flashes. I have to say also the ring flash with a much larger head than the first or older generation flashes gives a much better and much softer light compared to the old ring flash systems. Coming back to this, so this was the first version. The package was already made, everything was finished, and I was like saying, can we not improve this? Can we do something to get a little bit more diffusion, a little bit better control? And we came up with this. So this is then the final version that you find in the kit, and it's really, you see it has this hole here. You saw it in the video. It's very easy to flip over and put this diffuser on top. It's non-invasive. You can remove it immediately. You can even wash the surface. So it's also in let's say the dental environment, not a bad thing to have a diffuser like this at your disposal. But again, these diffusers for this time, for now, they are only available as part of the DK1 system. So maybe in the future, they will be separately available, but for now, it's something exclusive, the whole package, and I think at a really reasonable price, you get this amazing thing. And here just the next reminder for our giveaway. You can also win, beside the RFR76, you can also get, I'm feeling a little bit like selling Tupperware now. Okay, so you can also win 2 MF12 DK1 kits. Again, how to participate? The most creative comments win. Why should we give this kit to you? What are you doing with it? What are your plans? How do you want to use this kit in your workflow? You don't need to be a dentist to participate. Everybody out there who's a passionate photographer, macro photographer, insect photographer, whatever, is invited to join this giveaway, to participate in this giveaway contest where we give away this kit. Maybe we can show the short tutorial of the DK1 kit for a second now. Okay, so now what everybody was waiting for, how to use this. And I can tell you, if you have this setup and you want the light to go back into the mouth, you don't even need a ring flash anymore, because you can move them a little bit closer. And I will show you that with this setting, you can really get very nice illumination. So we will get our patient. Okay, make him ready. Voila, relax. Zumachen, genau so. Yeah. Again, turn on the controller. Okay. So we go a little bit closer. We go to manual focus. And we are ready to shoot. Maybe you show the picture with the diffuser. Okay, great. So you see the difference. There might be a slight color shift. So I would recommend changing the color temperature 100 or maximum 200 degree Kelvin. So turn it down. All diffusers create warmer colors. So that's a reminder, not only these diffusers, also softboxes in a tendency create a warmer light, and you have to compensate for the warmer light by decreasing the temperature to compensate for the opposite. So if you want colder light, if your picture is too warm, tell the camera that the light is even warmer, and this compensates in the other direction. So that's another tip and trick on how to control white balance. And if we're talking about white balance, I judge the white balance on my back screen of my camera. I really rely on the latest generation of these camera monitors, and I check, I check the teeth. I look at the tooth of the patient, I look at the camera, and I say, okay, in real life, it looks a little bit less yellow, so I compensate my white balance setting in camera to compensate for that. So this is basically the most important thing. You can even bring this very close, you see, very close to the axis to get a very soft diffusion of the light. There were some questions related to this, Reto?
To the diffuser now. We got just one question to the lens before. Yes, it is a G Master 2, right?
That's a G Master 2 lens, yes. It's a 4.0, so it's not a really light powerhouse. It's not a 2.8 lens. It's a 4.0 lens. But anyway, in dental photography, macro photography, you close the aperture. So we have high aperture numbers. So at Sony lenses, so you see the G. It's the G for G Master. And it's a really cool lens at a very great price because it's not 2.8, it's 4.0. That's why you get this lens at a very reasonable price. And with the teleconverter, you have a 140 to 400. If you shoot in crop mode, you can go up to a 600 millimeter tele lens just with this. So you also see that if you turn it out, it moves the whole thing. The more expensive cameras have the whole mechanism built in the lens. So this makes it also a little bit a more affordable lens compared to other things. So if we have this camera in the hands, you see the flash bracket. It's sold separately, again, because we had some discussions, what is the best bracket? So you know out there, I'm a lover of the old bracket made by a friend from Turkey, but it's, let's say, it's a high-end tool with also a relatively higher price. And so Godox, so we decided to go for a flash bracket made by them, and this is sold for around $60. So it's a very cheap thing, and it has the spot inside the box. So the box has the spot to store your flash bracket that is around a $60 extra, and it comes in this package. And for all out there who asked, are these kits available? Yes, they are available. I checked with B&H, so it's available all over the world. And there were some questions, so just Google for MFDB for the bracket, and for MF12DK1 if you want to go for the whole flash system. So what was the next question?
So there's a question about the diffuser. How we know that we compensate enough for the warmer light when using a diffuser?
So my suggestion, so I'm compensating 200 degree Kelvin. At the end, I have to be honest, it really varies on the camera you need, on the camera you use. So even staying within the same brand, you have differences, small differences in the white balance reading or calculation of the cameras, because all cameras have like an engine inside that creates the JPEG that comes out, or even if you're shooting in RAW. Basically, with the Sony, with Godox flashes, I start with 5,100 degree Kelvin when I'm just using the flash without any diffuser, and go down 200 degree Kelvin when using the diffusers. But again, the diffuser image is always an additional image. So I'm not shooting entirely or exclusively with diffusers. I always shoot with both. And for me, the reference in color is always the picture. If maybe you can show just two pictures, one and then the other one without diffuser, let's say the front. without diffuser and then with diffuser, and do it maybe 1 or 2 times that you can see the difference, because this was done without any color correction. So both images you see here are made with the same white balance settings. And the difference is not that big. The difference is not that big. Again, what I do, for me, the reference image, also color-wise, is always the image taken with the lateral or the ring flash. If I need to create a lecture, a presentation, then I use a function called match color. Match color is available in Photoshop, also in Photopea, photopea.com, a very cool online version of Photoshop, where you open 2 images, the one that is like the reference that you say, okay, this was done with the standard settings, with my lateral flash or ring flash, and then the one that was made with the diffuser, with this one or any other diffuser, and then you say the diffused image should match the color of the other image. And it's bang, voila, you get 2 images that look the same. So I don't really try to adjust the colors during my clinical workflow when shooting these additional images using the diffuser. I adjust it if needed, because for me, again, the reference is the original image using the ring or lateral flash without any diffuser. So I always give the good example. So we have here, you see here, can you see the X-ray machine?
Yes, I see.
So would you put the diffuser on this? So the dental photography is the analogy of dental X-ray. With dental X-ray, we look through the patient. With dental photography, we look at the patient. And you don't want fancy images. You don't want unnatural looking images. So this is something that I see on social media. And unfortunately, also dental photography workshops are advertised with fancy pictures, with fruits in the mouth, with, I don't know, fashion photography. We are dentists. We are not fashion photographers. I like nice looking portraits. We have talked about this. This would be then another thing, talking about portraits with a different setup, with a dedicated flash. We also use their Godox AD600 with 2 reflectors. So there's loads of information on this on Dental TV, on my Instagram account. But don't forget that clinical photography, clinical documentation is a tool for us to work with our patient, to communicate with our patients, to enhance ourselves, to self-control ourselves, to improve our work. Some people might use it for social media, for presentation, for showcasing. I get a lot of questions related especially to this topic. What's the best diffuser? I have seen images of Dr. X or Dr. Y or whoever, and this work looks amazing. It looks fake. This is the thing. You have to really be aware of natural looking images are what you should aim for, and you can give this extra touch if you have time. And that's why we developed something that is easy to use. It's not cumbersome, it's small, it's compact, it's light, and it gives you a little bit the touch that you out there, especially the social media aficionados, they are looking for this, and we can give you this at a really affordable price that you can even replace the ring flash by using this diffuser to get the light a little bit more in the back. You might show these 2 pictures that from the lateral, one without diffuser and the one with diffuser. So this one from the side, yes. So that show just before the one without diffuser and then the one with diffuser. So you see, you get a more diffused thing, the light gets more spread out. But again, for me, additional information that is not of highly clinical relevance, but removing reflection in some cases might be useful. And then I recommend using using a cross-polarized filter. We have talked about this cross-polarized filters that are the additional thing. For me, more important than using a diffuser is getting yourself a cross-polarized filter to elevate, to level up your dental photography. And here again, a reminder on our giveaway contest. The most creative comment wins. So if you are not watching live, welcome back. For all who are not watching us live in this session from the dental office with Reto behind the camera and muss man die Namen nochmal sagen? Ich vergiss den immer. And Patrick, I forgot his name. Patrick, the dental technician, apprentice the correct word? He's learning dental technology. So all English-speaking persons out there, they might add in the comment, how do we call a person who's learning to become a dental technician? So he's 18 years old in his third year. And that's why we have selected him. He has nice looking teeth and knows also about dentistry and the importance of dental photography. So the giveaway contest will end the end of the week, and Godox will select the most creative comments to give away an MFR 7.6 flash and 2 Godox MF12 DK1 kits. So this is really cool and amazing. So are there more questions at this point?
Yeah, we got some. So one question is, what power options are we able for the MF12 DK1?
So power options in sense of what? Power, how we can control the power of the flash. So basically the power of the Godox MF12 is controlled via trigger. So you have TTL mode and also the TTL mode. So this is one thing that is important. Even the TTL mode can be controlled. So if you are, I usually go for group. So basically, if we turn on the flashes, we can check this. So I check that I have the group A, and on the controller also group A. The channel, here's channel 21, and also here is channel 21. So you have a large variety of channels. We have five A, B, C, D, E. We have 5 groups to control. We have 21 channels to control. So you can control, wow, a lot of different flashes. But inside your small setup, it's important to keep the same group A on the trigger, group A on the flash, and the same channel to make this system work. Again, TTL, go for TTL, and in the menu, select the dental mode, turn it on. And if you think it's a little bit too much power, you always are able to just quickly adjust to go to -0.3 or -0.7. And the other option for sure is going for full manual control. But remember, if you shoot in manual, you have to make changes according to the distance. And I think today, this smart TTL, even for the pros out there, you should give this a try because it's better than you might think. Were there other questions?
Yeah. Do you prefer the flashes mounted on the ring or on a bracket?
So with this diffuser, I have to say, I really love it. I really love it on the ring. I really love working with these diffusers on the ring. The flash bracket for me is more when I only use the flashes without any modification, giving me the option. So if I take the bracket, I can really position it a little bit more from outside. I'm not that much using a diffuser on a flash bracket because I can control the light by position the flash depending on the materials you shoot. They prefer direct light, or they have better, or they love more indirect light. So coming from the side, theoretically, it's the 45-degree angle that gives the best illumination. And the advantage of the flash bracket is by just rotating. So rotating the flash, you see, you can transform a lateral flash very easily into a ring flash, having the flash very close to the lens. So if I would have mounted the diffuser on this, this would be disturbing. So that's why the flash bracket for me is more to use without diffusers. You can mount them for sure. You can do whatever you want. Your creativity, the sky is the limit. But for me, the flash bracket is the two-in-one option that I have the ring and lateral flash in one. So that's why the flash bracket makes sense. And otherwise, I'm really a fan of just having this one and moving it like this. It even can replace a ring flash in most of the situations when you're using the diffuser. And otherwise, I have to say, I really love using the MFR76 now, the TTL version. In the beginning, I was a little bit skeptic, but now checking also my results, the pictures I have taken, I have to say it's better than I thought in the beginning. So the ring flash, give it a try. It's easy to use. It's very affordable in the price, and the battery is just wow. So any other questions?
Yeah. Do you think that this invention will succeed in helping dentists diagnose tumors or even perform operations?
Okay, but if we're talking about diagnosis, then we have to talk about the cross-polarized photography. So the diagnostic tool that helps the most, again, if you're talking about tumors, about diseases, about changes, especially in soft tissues, because in hard tissues, we have caries, we have the things that you see also when you take x-rays. I think you're talking about diagnosing malignant lesions. Then for me, cross-polarized photography is the way to go. And in addition, also using tools like fluorescent light. So this is another topic. There's a company in America, AD Dent, who's very strong in light and diagnostics. By the way, next March, I will be in New York at the NYU and talk one day in March about light in dentistry. Light in dentistry, starting with photography, going into the topic of diagnostics, color selection, and how materials perform and interact with light. And in dentistry, and especially aesthetic dentistry, it's all about light. I hope I was able to answer this question. If there are more questions, feel also free to drop me a message or send me an email on my Instagram account. You can always get in touch with me if you want. So any other questions? Okay.
So what aperture you usually use for this kind of shoot?
Okay, I go for the smallest aperture. So with Sony, it was interesting in the beginning. There was a discussion. Sony lenses only go up to 22. Nikon and Canon goes up to 32. And in digital mode, you can even go further, up to whatever, 50. But this is then only electronically controlling the light. You don't increase depth of field really with that. I had some discussions with Sony why they stopped their lenses with f/22 and not having the same aperture as Canon and Nikon. They go up to 32. The difference theoretically is there. So theoretically, Nikon and Canon lenses should have, if you just take the numbers, more depth of field. But in clinical reality, I don't really see the difference, because we're talking about millimeters or even less than millimeters, fraction of millimeters. And the whole discussion gets useless if somebody starts talking about diffusers. If you put the diffuser or softbox on your camera, everything is blurry. But again, I go for very small apertures, so I close the lens to get the maximum of depth of field that I can. So this is the rule of thumb that I'm using. So with the Sony lenses, I go for 22. For all out there also, these modern lenses have like vibration, optical stabilization, I turn this off. You don't need any optical stabilization when shooting macro photography because you're shooting with short exposure times. So I recommend using 1/160 or 1/200th of a second to avoid also small shakings. And the flash anyway freezes everything because the flash is, I think, 1/8000th of a second or even faster. The flash is even faster. So it's really, really quick. And that's why you can go and close the aperture without being afraid of losing any quality in this special field of photography. So any other questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I take two in one question.
Yes.
So how precise is the flash intensity control on the NF12 DK1? And are there any specific settings or techniques that are recommended for achieving precise flash intensity control?
That's the point I was talking about. We developed the trigger with a special dental mode because we found this inconsistency in TTL measurement, and Sony and Godox together developed this that for now you only find it on this Sony trigger. For sure, with the firmware upgrade, it should also be available. We need to talk with Nikon and Canon about this to have this upgrade. So this really controls the light very efficiently. The measurement through the lens, also in these dark areas of the mouth, has improved a lot with mirrorless cameras. So they see much more than a DSLR camera used to see. This means the measurements are more concise, more precise, and you get a much better control. Again, sometimes you need to tweak a little bit and say, okay, for me, this image is a little bit overexposed all the time, then you can reduce it. It's always also about personal preferences. I prefer images to be a little bit underexposed because boosting an image is much easier than you cannot change. If you have flashed away information, they can never come back. That's why, for example, if you talk to professional photographers, showing them these dental images with the highlights on the marginal ridges, they say, well, you know what these white lines are? And I say, what? No information. You have flashed away all the information. For us dentists, these are like guidelines or landmarks we love because we know them also from the analog photography. We produce these flash highlights, but basically they are not totally correct. By reducing the power of your flashes, let's say reducing the light of the flash, you can also reduce reflections. So there's not always the need of using diffusers when you know how to control the light. And again, you can go for TTL and then define your best power for your flash systems. And again, this TTL, this is an upgrade, and that's why we introduced it, and we worked hard on this to give you more consistent results in your dental photography or in your macro photography in general. Any so far? That's it for now. Wie lange haben wir jetzt schon?
58 Minuten.
Okay, so we are almost 1 hour live. I think for now, yeah, okay. Let's do one tip because related to photography with the mirror. I talked to you or discussed that we can position our patients. So if we take, jetzt kannst du mal schnell die nochmal rein tun. Mal rein tun, so. Okay, voilà. So, mal schnell. Okay, gut. So heben. Taking images of the lower, mal aufmachen ein bisschen, is easy from the front. If we take pictures from the upper, you go, siehst du mich noch?
Mhm.
You go around the patient. Jetzt siehst du ihn dann nicht mehr. Ja, okay. So you go, ja, kannst du ein bisschen bewegen, ganz leicht. Ja, nice, okay. So basically, Basically, you bend the patient down, you put the mirror in, and you flash from behind the patient. So we are standing behind the patient, putting him down, and then you see perfectly to take images with the mirror from the upper arch. So this is let's say one of the last tips I want to share with you. And again, if there are any questions, feel free to ask anytime. And the last reminder on our giveaway contest, because I'm really proud that Godox is giving away so much precious material, an MFR76 and 2 MF12DK1. Again, the most creative comment enters the giveaway. At the end of the week, we will, or Godox will decide who will be the lucky winners to get this amazing kit. And I'm sure the feedback so far, I can tell you, the feedback so far of people using this kit is very positive. I'm really honored and proud. I was a little bit afraid, waiting for the first reactions of my colleagues out there. And thanks to all out there who are already using the MF12DK1 or the R76 TTL version. Thanks for all your positive feedbacks, for your inputs. All the questions and remarks have been also forwarded to Godox. We will for sure work on even improving more the system, but I think we already reached a quite good level of quality with this kit, and soon it's Christmas. So go and get your MF12DK1 or MFR76 if you don't have it, or try to win one of these. So there's another question.
Yeah, we have 2 questions left. So what operating system does MF12DK1 run on, and what version is currently installed?
Oh, okay. This is a technical question that I think Godox will be able to see what software version. So basically the software, because you see the USB-C adapter of the flash is not only to charge the battery, but also to update the system with the firmware. I can only show you in the menu. So the version of the trigger is a version 1.1. So we already did an upgrade, because in the beginning we were not so happy with the dental mode. So yes, there is an operating system inside this flash, as in any other flash. There's an operating system inside the trigger, and there will be updates available on the website. So you can download the updates, and there's also a tutorial how to upgrade your flash systems to the latest version. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other one is also related to Godox. Godox should honor it, because it's going all about security. How is data security ensured on the MF12DK1?
Why should the data security? This is something I don't really get, because the flash is just emitting light. So you mean that somebody else can trigger your flash? Yes, the flash trigger. If you have in the same room somebody who's on the same channel and on the same group, you can flash. You can remotely control also these flashes. But that's the goal. It would be much too complicated if you would really encode and say one trigger only can control one special flash. A flash system needs to be open to a certain amount, and if your flashes are starting flashing and you don't know why, it's an easy way. Just change the channel and change the group, and you're ready to go. So that's why we have 21 channels and 5 groups to avoid this. If your neighbor is flashing with the same setup, just change the settings and you are safe again.
Other question. Can user upgrade or replace components in the MF12DK1?
For sure, there will be replacement parts if something gets damaged. That's one thing. But the other thing, the single parts, so the trigger, the flashes, so the MF12 flashes can be bought separately anyway. All the accessory can be bought separately. The only thing that is not available separately for now are the diffusers, because we think for now it should be an exclusive part of this kit. We want to promote this kit, and you get the whole package. And if you already have an MF12 kit, you can never have enough flashes. I can tell you. You can use them for your product photography, for anything else. I really love having, I don't know, I think I have 20 MF12 or something like this. So I really love them using for any other purposes, not only related to dental photography, but also for product photography, for many things. They are really universal flashes. So if there are no more questions, I would say thanks to our patient, thanks to the man behind the camera, Reto, thanks to Godox for making this possible. So we really did set up this quickly. We used StreamYard to go live on different platforms, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitch, and we will repurpose this content. We also did a B-roll recording using it's still recording, my Osmo Go 3. And if there is anything, a last reminder before we before we end the live, don't forget to check out Dental TV. Maybe you can blend in the image. Don't forget to check out Dental TV. Check out the Godox website. We have loads of information on the Godox website, all the tutorials. Don't forget the giveaway contest. And if there's any questions, you know where to find me. Again, my name is Alessandro Devigus. Thanks again for all out there. And thanks again also for everybody who's rewatching this, and wishing you a nice day, wishing you a great pre-Christmas season, and talk to you soon.